So long before I worked at TableXI, about 13 years ago, I took a semester off college and worked on the Walt Disney World College program. This is Disney's way of getting about 2,500 competent labor who are young and impressionable to come down and work for $5.85 an hour, and to basically they're trying to indoctrinate them into the Disney way of doing things. So this is me wearing my custodial engineer outfit, and I lived in an apartment complex with these 2,500 college kids, and every day we'd go work for 40 hours at the theme parks. I worked at the Magic Kingdom, and some of us actually got college credit for this, which might seem a little strange given that I was picking up trash. But Disney is world renowned for their customer service. They actually are, they have the Disney Institute, and Fortune 500 companies will send their staff down to be trained in customer service. And we took these classes so we could learn these, and then we were sent out to basically have a lab session where we could practice these every single day. Disney thinks much differently about customer service than almost every other company in the world does. Disney, for starters, doesn't have customers. They have guests. And they don't have employees. They have cast members. And the cast members don't wear uniforms. They wear costumes. And they don't have job titles. They have roles. And for Disney World, everything is about controlling the entire experience. And so the first thing whenever I talk to people about working there, they say, oh, were you a character? I said, no, I actually had a much better job. For starters, it's about 40 degrees hotter in there than it is outside. And you don't actually get to interact with the customers. You don't get to talk to customers. You have the same experience here. So the first thing I learned from Disney is make everyone feel like they have a very important job. Because I was literally the guy in charge of cleaning up poop and cleaning up protein spills and sweeping the streets. But they had this great way of convincing me that my job was incredibly important. And one of the reasons is that Walt Disney placed a premium on the cleanliness of the place. And he controlled every aspect. So when you walk to the Magic Kingdom, you'll see this train station here, and he wanted to have a total barrier between the Magic Kingdom and the real world. So to them, this is the curtain that draws you into the play. And so you don't see any of the Magic Kingdom when you walk up to this. But once you walk through that curtain, you'll see Main Street, and you'll see the castle at the end. And one of the things people are going to notice right away is just how ridiculously clean this is compared to the real world. Now, Disney was so intentional about this little detail that when the Magic Kingdom first opened, he handed out a piece of candy to everybody who walked in. And he would watch them, and he wanted to see how many steps they would walk before they would throw that wrapper on the floor. And he found out that it was about 30 feet. If they didn't encounter a trash can in 30 feet, they'd throw it on the ground. So now if you go to the Magic Kingdom and you're leaving at night, and I got to spend a lot of time there at night when it was quiet after the guests left, I saw a lot of views like this. Even after everyone's left, you'll see it looks like this, and you're going to notice trash cans about every 30 feet because these little details meant so much to him. Now, the second thing that I learned there is that Disney empowered us to have a huge impact on the guests. So, one more thing about the detail. When Disney was building the Magic Kingdom, he built all these tunnels here, and you could dump the trash in there. And there's this huge jet engine back behind Splash Mountain that sucks all the trash through the pipes and then through this huge incinerator. And it's just an effective way to do it. And Disney was so intentional about testing the system out that he flew a 747 full of trash from Disneyland to Walt Disney World, so that he was testing not only can it handle trash, but can it handle the type of trash that's produced at a theme park like ours. This is how intentional he was about the details of making sure this place stayed clean. So like I was saying, I got ahead of myself. Disney World empowered us to have a huge impact. And so I spent my days walking around Frontierland, and I got to have personal interactions with everyone. And one of the things Disney encouraged us to do was what they called guest service recovery. So our job was to find people who had had bad experiences and make them good. So say, for instance, this kid manages to get separated from his parents, even though they apparently have equipped him with some sort of harness system here. But it happens sometimes. So you go up to the kid, and you don't say, are you lost? Because if you're lost, you might get in trouble. You say, are your parents lost? And because then, it's their fault. So then you'd walk the kid around the Magic Kingdom, but the first thing you might do is go to an ice cream stand. And we were empowered to ask to get free stuff, basically. Say, hey, I got this lost kid, give me a free ice cream bar. So you give him the ice cream bar, calm him down a little bit, and then you help him find his parents. Once you find those parents, they're probably freaked out because they just lost their kid at Disney World. And they just lost an hour of their day, which sucks because everything's crowded there. So we had what were called guest service recovery cards, where I could then write them a pass to skip to the front of the line of Splash Mountain, which basically saves them an hour, and they get that special treatment, and it would redeem that terrible experience. As another example, we had what was called a river walk along Frontierland. And especially in the spring when it was cold out by the ocean, we'd have tons of seagulls, and every single day, someone got shit on. And I don't know if you've ever had a seagull poop on you, but it kind of sucks. So I could take that guest service recovery card, and I could write that out and give it to them, and they could go to a gift shop and get a free $40 sweatshirt. Now, this sweatshirt probably actually cost Disney like $4 because they make them in China or whatever. But to the customer, it was a huge value, and it made them feel important. And what Disney World found is that a customer who had a bad experience in good guest service recovery was 80% more likely to tell a friend about their great experience. And so that's what I learned working at Disney, was that even though my technical role was that of a custodian, picking up trash wasn't my job. My job was to, as they called it, sprinkle pixie dust. It was to provide people with amazing customer service experiences. It's to find girls like this and to recognize that her wants and her needs are different than a boy who wants to ride Splash Mountain. So the best parts of my day were when I got to introduce her to the princesses. And that's when the magical experiences come in. It's not in doing your day-to-day things, but it's in finding the individual opportunities you have to really make an impact on someone's life and make them feel special. Thank you.